What's up, everybody? It's Matt from Night and Day Performance. We're back at the dyno with C&Z Performance, and we are going to go ahead and get this Dodge Durango on the dyno strapped down, and we're going to go ahead and do some pulls for some bass lines. Stay tuned. Here's the video. Let's see how it does.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Tristan at Night and Day Performance. We got a 24 Durango in here, only 11,000 miles. Getting a cam kit. Should be pretty simple process, not 4x4 or anything. As you can see, went ahead and pulled the computer so we could send that out to get unlocked. And we're going to go ahead and start the teardown process. Alright, guys, so as you can see, got everything torn down. Heads are ready to come off. Just got to pull the balancer and then the front cover, cam, oil pump, all the good stuff. We're pretty much halfway done here at the easy stages, and then, of course, putting everything back together. That didn't happen. But, yeah, keep on trucking on. Alrighty, so a little update I'm doing here. I'm going to be taking probably about half of the plastic oil pan bolts out. On these, the oil pan is plastic, so the pickup tube to go into the oil pump is integrated into the oil pan. So what you have to do, and you can get away with, is taking out a few of these bolts. You definitely don't want to take out the back ones at all, but take out a few of the front bolts, and what you can do is pry it just enough to where you can tilt the oil pump, slide it off of the crank, and that's all she wrote. So I'm going to get to doing that, and then go back up top, get the oil pump off, timing set, and get the cam out. Alrighty, so we are fully torn down here for the cam kit. Aside from the MDS solenoids, it's taking about 5 minutes. Yeah, just in case someone believes about the mileage on this motor, it looks brand new. See the cross hatching in there, still very, very evident. brand new cylinders, and camshaft is also very, very clean. No failed lifters or anything like that. But yeah. And the prying trick for the oil pan did work fairly easily. Just kind of a wiggle and work the oil pump up as you do that. But yep, get this mostly put back together with the new cam, and I'll go from there. Alrighty, guys. Little update on the Durango. Already has the new Hellfire 2.0 FRP cam in it. Now I'm gonna start working on getting the MDF solenoids out, cut plugs and put them together, make it look all pretty. Go ahead and get the lifters back in, get the heads on, new oil pump, front cover, all the good stuff, and get this thing back together and ready to tune hopefully in the next couple of days. Alrighty, so just wanted to show a
Who's fucking doing that?
some shit happening. Anyways, so just want to show a crucial part in putting these lifters in, because there's mixed opinions on the Chevy world as far as soaking lifters, whatever. You do not do that with Hemis. Period. So what we do, so I have an Allen key here, just small enough to fit inside the center hole down in there in the lifter. And what we do, put that in there. We're going to bleed it. And you can see the fluid coming out. And basically, you just keep doing that until the lifter is fully bled down. I know that worries some people because when you do your first startup, you're going to have pretty loud noise. Let's see, I just shot out. Pretty loud noise as far as what most people would think lifter tapping is. It usually goes away pretty quickly. But anyways, this is necessary. We've seen many issues where when soaking the lifters, having fluid in the lifters will actually hydrolock the lifter in a sense, for lack of a better explanation, and basically just bend everything. But yep, that's pretty much it. Just get that in there, bleed them all down, and then should be good. Just wanted to show just a torquing sequence for the heads. So your two center bolts are going to be the start of your pattern. It's going to go 1, 2. I'm going to follow a circle pattern. You're looking at the head counterclockwise. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That corner 7, 8. Then close corner 9 and 10. The torquing sequence, you're going to follow that same pattern. It's going to go 25 foot-pounds, then 40 foot-pounds, and the last pass is going to be 90 degrees. And then if you look in all data or, instruction manual, whatever, it's going to tell you to follow a sequence with these. You can. It really doesn't matter, in my opinion. Never had an issue doing otherwise. I follow the main clamping course gear through those spec, and then I go ahead and put these to the final torque after 25 foot-pounds. Following the same pattern, starting to center, up, down, down. And pretty much it. Very simple. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting the other head on, and probably go ahead and knock out the MDF solenoids and then just start buttoning everything up. Matt is concerned about how clean this engine is because, it's brand new. But when I got the other head on and keep on assembling this and get it done today. I'll go ahead and show you the torque sequence for these. So, pretty simple. Each shaft only has 5 bolts. Pretty much just start from the center. Doesn't really matter which way you go, but center, right, left, then the outside. Again, that can go either way. Your first pass is going to be 7 foot-pounds all the way through. The second pass will be 17. The third pass is mainly to make sure that they're seated correctly. But you're going to go individually and loosen it by half a turn and then retorque to 17 foot-pounds. So you'll do that on this one. Loosen, tighten, come to the next one, loosen, tighten, and so on and so forth. And then your last pass is going to be 30 degrees. Usually that puts it somewhere around 24 foot-pounds or so. So not a large amount. And very easy to break those bolts. So be careful if you're using a, electric ratchet and whatnot. I'm pretty lenient with the trigger when putting stuff on. Been doing it a while, so I kind of know where the limitation is. But yeah, don't just full send those on there because those bolts will either snap or you'll strip the threads out of the head, and well, it's just bad for everybody. So yep, I'm gonna continue on. Go ahead and get the driver's side Valvetrain together, and then get some spark plugs in and be ready to put the valve covers back on.
All right, so we're going to discuss these numbers here above us because we do have an issue. When I was speccing this out with the customer and we were discussing what we were going to do, for some reason, I mistakenly thought this was a 6.4. It is not. It's a 5.7, of course, as we all know. So I told him he didn't need to upgrade his headers. However, the 5.7 Durangos have one of the most restrictive exhaust systems that there is. Therefore, freeing up the extra horsepower with a better flowing cam, with the heads, didn't do anything because we have a bottleneck. But we're going to make that right. We went ahead and got the customer to let us bring the vehicle back to the shop. He bought some long tubes up from us, and we're going to install them for him free of charge because it was our mistake. We should have notified him of this beforehand. But right now, as you can see, we only made like 30 or 40 horsepower in gains. The Hellfire 2.0 is normally a torque-specific cam. It's meant for the heavier trucks. Normally, it makes a lot more torque than it does power. And as you can see here, it didn't gain any torque at all. It's because we have a bottleneck. But don't worry, we're going to throw long tubes on with high-flow cats from Stainless Works, and I guarantee you it's going to pick up more than that. We're going to see how much power it actually picks up with everything complete and show you the difference between having a nice, very well-flowing exhaust system compared to having a restrictive system like the factory manifolds are on the Dodge Durango. Now, on average, the Hellfire 2.0 gains 50 to 70 rear-wheel horsepower. And then torque, you're going to see it's going to gain a lot more once it has headers so it can actually breathe. The other restriction is going to be the intake manifold. That will be discussed later on. The customer wants to probably do a Pro Charger later on. Right now, we were just trying to get everything set up while we were doing the cam, which is why he went ahead and did the heads as well. But like I said, we have a restriction point. We know what the restriction is. We're going to get that fixed for the customer.
All right, guys. So back on the Durango, we're actually doing long tube headers now. It was pretty restrictive as far as horsepower numbers. Only made in the 370 range. Should have been well over 400. Stock 5.7 car manifolds are very, very small. It's like a 1.5, maybe a 1 5/8 primary. So putting on some Stainless Works longs tubes and get that on, get it back to the dyno tomorrow, and we should see much, much better numbers.
What's up, everybody? It's Matt from Night and Day Performance. We're over at CNZ Performance at the dyno, and we have Hell Ram ready to get on the dyno, as well as the Durango that we had last time. So we had an issue, and it had a restriction because it had the log manifolds on it. That was our mistake. I should have recommended the long tube headers to the customer, but we went ahead and got those knocked out and installed for him. We took care of that, so now we're going to get it back on the dyno. We made 379 before. Same exact modifications, so ported heads, FRP Hellfire 2.0 cam, but it was, like I said, had a lot of restriction, and we weren't able to put enough air and fuel to it like it should have wanted. So now we're going to go ahead and see how much of an improvement we got with just adding the long tube headers to the equation.
Now that's what I'm talking about.